Ben Tennyson, the boy who wields the most powerful weapon in the universe, the Omnitrix. Over the years, we have seen Ben transform into godlike entities, defeat cosmic warlords, and even recreate the entire universe from scratch. With over 10,000 alien transformations at his fingertips, it often feels like Ben 10 is absolutely invincible. But what if I told you that the universe is filled with nightmares so terrifying, so overwhelmingly powerful, that even the Omnitrix was brought to the brink of absolute destruction? Welcome back to PowerVerse Explained. Today, we are diving deep into the darkest corners of the cosmos to rank the top 5 strongest villains in the entire Ben 10 continuity. We are not just talking about street-level thugs or basic alien criminals. We are scaling multiversal conquerors, rogue versions of Ben himself, genetic anomalies, and extra-dimensional gods whose footprints can crush entire galaxies. These are the entities that did not just fight Ben. They broke him, outsmarted him, and forced him to push the Omnitrix beyond its absolute limits. If you think Alien X is the answer to everything, prepare to have your mind completely blown. Let's start the countdown. Guess this alien in the comments. Hint, God-level powers. We begin our countdown at number 5 with the most iconic, persistent, and relentless enemy Ben Tennyson has ever faced. Vilgax the Conqueror. Now, some modern power scalers might argue that Vilgax gets out-hustled by later, flashier cosmic villains. But looking at the pure scale of danger he represents, Vilgax earned his spot in history. He is a chimera sui generis from the planet Vilgaxia, and he is feared across countless galaxies for a very simple reason. He does not stop until he conquers everything. In the original series, Vilgax was an absolute mountain of muscle and terror. After his cybernetic enhancement, his physical strength was boosted to a point where he could literally punch through solid mountains, jump miles into the air, and survive the vacuum of open space without any gear. When Ben first encountered him as a 10-year-old kid, Vilgax didn't just defeat Ben's aliens, he tossed them around like rag dolls. Diamond Head, 4 arms, XLR-8. None of them could even scratch his cybernetic armor. But what makes Vilgax truly dangerous isn't just his raw physical power. It is his tactical, brilliant military mind. He has conquered 10 entire planets, absorbed the powers of their greatest champions, and commands a massive, highly advanced intergalactic fleet. In Ben 10, Alien Force, he returned with the powers of Ultimos, gaining cosmic flight, heat vision, and wind breath. He understands the Omnitrix better than almost anyone else, and he knows exactly how to exploit Ben's human weaknesses. Vilgax is the baseline of terror in the Ben 10 universe. He proved that no matter how many godlike forms the Omnitrix unlocks, a cold, calculated warrior with a galactic empire behind him will always be a threat to human existence. He is the eternal conqueror, and that is why he secures the 5th spot on our list. Moving up to number 4, we leave the military warlords behind and enter the terrifying realm of genetic theft. Meet Aggregar, a rogue Osmosian whose ambition almost rewrote the balance of cosmic power. Like Kevin Levin, Aggregar has the unique biological ability to absorb matter and energy. However, unlike Kevin, who often absorbs properties haphazardly under emotional stress, Aggregar is a perfectionist. He realized that temporary absorption was a flaw. He wanted permanent, absolute control. To achieve this, Aggregar traveled to the Andromeda Galaxy and kidnapped 5 incredibly unique and powerful aliens: Bivalven, Galapagos, Piandor, Andreas, and Ra'ad. Using highly advanced illegal genetic machinery, he fused their DNA perfectly into his own body, without any loss of efficiency. The result? Ultimate Aggregar. This form was an absolute nightmare for Ben and his team. By combining Bivalven's hydrokinesis, Galapagos's immunity to magic and wind manipulation, Pondor's extreme radioactive heat, Andreas's earth-shattering seismic vibrations, and Ra-Od's lightning-fast electrical manipulation, Ultimate Aggregator became a walking apocalypse. He was completely immune to physical attacks, magical spells from Gwen, and raw energy. When Ben fought him using his ultimate forms, like Ultimate Humungosaur and Ultimate Swampfire, Aggregator brushed off their attacks like they were nothing. He easily overpowered the team time and time again. His ultimate goal was to reach the Forge of Creation and absorb the power of a newborn celestial sapien, which would have made him an omnipotent god. Aggregator proved that when science and absolute cruelty combine, even the ultimate evolutions of the Omnitrix can be rendered completely useless. He didn't just fight Ben, he made Ben look completely helpless. At number 3, we look at a threat so massive, it didn't just target Ben Tennyson. It targeted every single living organism in the universe. The hybrid. Believing themselves to be the very first sentient life form created in the cosmos, the hybrid possess a level of biological arrogance that makes them incredibly dangerous. They view all other species, including humans, as disgusting, genetically inferior filth that must be cleansed from existence. A single hybrid commander is a physical powerhouse. They stand over 10 feet tall, possess immense physical strength that can overpower a baseline hybrid fighting alien, and can shoot deadly regenerating spikes from their wings. But their real threat level is their civilization's technology. The hybrid command a massive armada of planetary destroying spaceships and utilize terraforming devices called hybrid towers. They don't just fight wars, they completely alter the climate of planets, turning fertile worlds into barren deserts to wipe out indigenous life. During the hybrid invasion arc, Ben was forced to grow up instantly. He couldn't just rely on his own strength. He had to form a resistance movement, teaming up with the Plumber's helpers, Kevin, Gwen, and even his old enemy, Azimuth. The hybrid successfully invaded Earth, deployed massive biomechanical xenocytes to turn humans into DNA aliens, and were on the verge of purging the entire Milky Way galaxy. The scale of their invasion was so massive that Ben had to use the Omnitrix to structurally rewrite the genetic code of the entire hybrid race, just to stop the war. The hybrid represent a terrifying truth. Sometimes, the strongest villain isn't just one guy with a big sword. It's an entire empire driven by ideological hatred and galaxy-erasing technology. At number 2, we cross the boundaries of space and enter the terrifying dimension of time. How do you defeat a villain who can erase your very existence before you were even born? You can't. Meet Eon, the Chrono Warlord. But here is the ultimate twist that makes Eon an absolute psychological nightmare. Eon is an alternate, older, completely corrupted version of Ben Tennyson himself from a destroyed timeline. Eon's primary power is chronokinesis, absolute, masterful control over time manipulation. He can slow down time to dodge any attack, age his enemies into dust within a fraction of a second, and fire devastating chronal energy blasts that decay anything they touch. But what makes him a multiversal threat is his ability to travel across the space-time continuum. Eon does not just want to rule one world, he travels from one alternate timeline to another, hunting down and killing other versions of Ben Tennyson, absorbing their temporal energy, and enslaving them into his personal army of chronoservants. When Eon targets Ben Prime, it is a battle on a cosmic scale. Standard physical aliens like Forearms or Kickenhawk are completely useless against him because he can simply freeze them in time or reverse their actions. He understands the Omnitrix perfectly because, in his past, he wore one. He knows its cooldown timers, its glitches, and its security protocols. Eon proved that Ben's greatest enemy might ultimately be himself. Fighting a man who controls the past, present, and future means you are always playing into his hands. He is the master of broken timelines, and he fully deserves the runner-up spot on this list. Finally, we have reached the absolute peak of cosmic terror. The number one spot on our list belongs to an entity so overwhelmingly powerful, it cannot even exist fully in our universe without tearing reality apart. Dagon, the extra-dimensional deity. Inspired by Lovecraftian cosmic horror, Dagon is not an alien. He is an ancient godlike entity from the Lucubra dimension who ruled over Earth during the Dark Ages before being sealed away. Dagon's power scale is completely off the charts. He possesses near infinite cosmic energy. He can manipulate reality, control the minds of billions of sentient beings simultaneously across dimensions, regenerate his massive body instantly from any attack, and cast dark magical spells that defy the laws of physics. When Dagon's seal was broken, the entire Earth was plunged into madness. The Forever Knights, led by Sir George, fought a desperate war against him. Ben quickly realized that even his most powerful transformations were like insects compared to Dagon's colossal scale. To even stand a chance against this extra-dimensional god, Ben had to discard the Omnitrix's standard functions and wield Ascalon, a legendary sword forged by Asmuth that taps into the fundamental forces of the universe itself. And even then, Dagon was barely contained. Vilgax eventually managed to absorb Dagon's powers, becoming a cosmic entity capable of destroying the universe with a single thought. Dagon represents the absolute ceiling of danger in the Ben 10 universe. He is a reminder that beyond the stars, there are ancient, dark forces that science cannot explain, and that the Omnitrix is just a small shield against the vast, terrifying secrets of the multiverse. Dagon is, without a shadow of a doubt, the strongest villain Ben Tennyson ever faced. So, there you have it, the top 5 strongest villains in Ben 10 history. From the planetary conquests of Vilgax to the reality warping madness of Dagon, Ben Tennyson has survived some of the most brutal encounters in pop culture history. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Eon could defeat Ultimate Aggregor in a deathmatch? And did we miss any villain who deserves to be on this list? Let me know your theories and power scaling arguments in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Ben 10 lore, hit that like button, share this video with your fellow anime and cartoon fans, and most importantly, subscribe to PowerVerse Explained for more epic character breakdowns, theory videos, and power scaling matches. Keep analyzing, keep scaling, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.